All right, Kevin. Well, it's time once again for Hat GPT.
This, of course, is our favorite game. It's where we draw news stories from the week out of a hat, and we talk about them until one of us gets sick of hearing the other one talk and says, stop generating.
That's right. Now, normally we pull slips of paper out of a hat, but due to our remote setup today, I will instead be pulling virtual slips of paper out of a laptop. But for those following along at YouTube, you will still see that I do have one of the Hat GPT hats here, and I will be using it for comic effect throughout the segment.
Will you put it on, actually? Because now,
Sure.
if we don't need it to draw slips out of, you might as well be wearing it.
Yeah, I might as well be wearing it.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Thank you so much. And thank you once again to the listener who made this for us. You're a true fan.
So good.
Perfect. All right, Kevin, let me draw the first slip out of the laptop. Ilya Sutskever has a new plan for safe superintelligence. Ilya Sutskever is, of course, the OpenAI co-founder who was part of the coup against Sam Altman last year. And Bloomberg reports that he is now introducing his next project, a venture called Safe Superintelligence, which aims to create a safe, powerful artificial intelligence system within a pure research organization that has no near-term intention of selling AI products or services. Kevin, what do you make of this?
Well, it's very interesting on a number of levels, right? In some sense, this is kind of a mirror image of what happened several years ago when a bunch of safety-minded people left OpenAI after disagreeing with Sam Altman and started an AI safety-focused research company. That, of course, was Anthropic. And so this is sort of the newest twist in this whole saga is that Ilya Sutskever, who was very concerned about safety and how to make superintelligence that was smarter than humans but also not evil and not going to destroy us, who has done, something very similar. But I have to say, I don't quite get it. I mean, he's not saying much about the project, but part of the reason that these companies sell these AI products and services is to get the money to buy all the expensive equipment that you need to train these giant models.
Right.
And so I just don't know, like, if you don't have any intention of selling this stuff before it becomes AGI, how are you paying for the AGI? Do you have a sense of that?
No, I don't. I mean, Daniel Gross, who is one of Ilya's co-founders here, has basically said, don't worry about fundraising. Like, we are going to be able to fundraise as much as we need for this. So I guess we will see. But yeah, it does feel a bit strange to have someone like Ilya saying he's going to build this totally without a commercial motive, in part because he said it before, right? Like, this is what is so funny about this, is it truly just is a case where the circle of life keeps repeating, where a small band of people get together and they say, we want to build a very powerful AI system and we're going to do it very safely. And then bit by bit, they realize, well, actually, we don't think that it's being built out safely. We're going to form a breakaway faction. So if you're playing along at home, I believe this is the second breakaway faction to break away from OpenAI after Anthropic. And I look forward to Ilya quitting this company eventually to start a newer, even more safe company somewhere else.
The really, really safe superintelligence company.
Yeah, his next company, you've never seen safety like this. They wear helmets everywhere in the office, and they just have keyboards.
Yeah. All right, stop generating.
All right, pick one out of the hat, Kevin.
All right. 5 men convicted of operating Jetflix, one of the largest illegal streaming sites in the U.S. This is from Variety. Jetflix was a sort of pirated streaming service that charged $9.99 a month while claiming to host more than 183,000 TV episodes, which is more than the combined catalogs of Netflix, Hulu, Vudu, and Amazon Prime Video.
Ooh, that sounds
combined.
Great. I'm going to open an account. What a deal.
So the Justice Department, says this was all illegal, and the 5 men who were charged with operating it were convicted by a federal jury in Las Vegas. According to the court documents and the evidence that was presented at the trial, this group of 5 men were basically scraping piracy services for illegal episodes of TV and then hosting them on their own thing. It does not appear to have been a particularly sophisticated scam. It's just, what if we did this for a while and charged people money and then got caught?
Well, I think this is very sad because here finally you have some people who are willing to stand up and fight inflation. And what does the government do? They come in and they say, knock it off. I will say, though, Kevin, I think I can actually point to the mistake that these guys made.
What's that?
So instead of scraping these 183,000 TV episodes and selling them for $9.99 a month, what they should have done was feed them all into a large language model, and then you can sell them to people for $20 a month. So the next time, when these guys get out of prison, I hope they get in touch with me because I have a new business idea for them.
All right, stop generating.
All right. Here's a story called 260 McNuggets. McDonald's ends AI drive-thru tests amid errors. This is from the New York Times. After a number of embarrassing videos showing customers fighting with its AI-powered drive-thru technology, McDonald's announced it was ending its 3-year partnership with IBM. In one TikTok video, friends repeatedly tell the AI assistant to stop as it added hundreds of chicken McNuggets to their order. Other videos show the drive-thru technology adding 9 iced teas to an order, refusing to add a Mountain Dew, and adding unrequested bacon to ice cream. Kevin, what the heck is going on at McDonald's?
Well, as a fan of bacon ice cream, I should say I want to get to one of these McDonald's before they take this thing
Me
down.
too.
Did you see any of these videos?
I haven't. Did you?
No, but we should watch one of them together. The caption is, "The McDonald's robot is wild," and it shows their screen at the thing where it is like just tallying up McNuggets and starts charging them more than $200.
Here's my question. Why is everyone just rushing to assume that the AI is wrong here? Maybe the AI knows what these gals need. Because, Kevin, here's the thing. When superintelligence arrives, we're going to think that we're smarter than it, but it's going to be smart, so there's going to be a period of adjustment as we sort of, get used to having our new AI master.
Have you been to a drive-thru that used AI to take your order yet?
No, I mean, I don't even really understand. What was the AI here? Was this like an Alexa thing where I said, McDonald's, add 10 McNuggets? Or what was actually happening?
No, so this was a partnership that McDonald's struck with IBM. And basically, this was like technology that went inside the little, menu things that have this microphone and the speaker in them. And so instead of having a human say, "What would you like?" it would just say, "What would you like?" And then you said it, and they would recognize it and put it into the system. So you could sort of eliminate that part of the labor of the drive-thru.
Got it. Well, look, I, for one, am very glad this happened because for so long now, I've wondered, what does IBM do? And I have no idea. And now, if it ever comes up again, I'll say, oh, that's the company that made the McDonald's stop working.
We should say it's not just McDonald's. A bunch of other companies are starting to use this technology. I actually think this is probably, inevitable. This technology will get better. They will iron out some of the kinks. But I think there will probably still need to be a human in the loop on this one.
All right, stop generating.
Okay.
Kevin, let's talk about what happened when 20 comedians got AI to write their routines. This is in the MIT Technology Review. Google DeepMind researchers found that although popular AI models from OpenAI and Google were effective at simple tasks like structuring a monologue or producing a rough first draft, they struggled to produce material that was original, stimulating, or, crucially, funny. And I'd like to read you an example LLM joke, Kevin.
Please.
I decided to switch careers and become a pickpocket after watching a magic show. Little did I know, the only thing disappearing would be my reputation.
Waka, waka, waka.
Hey, I got a laugh out of you. Kevin, what do you make of this? Are you surprised that AI isn't funnier?
No, but this is interesting. It's like this has been something that critics of large language models have been saying for years. It's like, well, it can't tell a joke. And, I should say, I've had funny experiences with large language models, but never after, asking them to tell me a joke.
Yeah, remember when you said to Sydney, take my wife, please?
I get no respect, I tell you. No, but this is interesting because this was a study that was actually done by researchers at Google DeepMind. And basically, it appears that they had a group of comedians try writing some jokes with their language models. And in the abstract, it says that most of the participants in the study felt that the large language models did not succeed as a creativity support tool by producing bland and biased comedy tropes, which they describe in this paper as being akin to cruise ship comedy material from the 1950s, but a bit less racist. So they were not impressed, these comedians, by these language models' ability to tell jokes. You're an amateur comedian. Have you ever used AI to come up with jokes?
No, I haven't. And I have to say, like, I think I understand the technological reason why these things aren't funny, Kevin, which is that comedy is very up to the minute, right? For something to be funny, it's typically something that is on the edge of what is currently thought to be socially acceptable. And what is socially acceptable, or like what is surprising within a social context, that just changes all the time. And these models, they are trained on decades and decades and decades of text, and they just don't have any way of figuring out, well, what would be a really fresh thing to say. So maybe they'll get there eventually, but as they're built right now, I'm truly not surprised that they're not funny. All right, stop generating.
All right, next one. Waymo ditches the wait list and opens up its robotaxis to everyone in San Francisco. This is from The Verge. Since 2022, Waymo has made its rides in its robotaxi service available only to people who were approved off of a wait list. But as of this week, they are opening it up to anyone who wants to ride in San Francisco. Casey, what do you make of this?
Well, I am excited that more people are going to get to try this. This is, as you've noted, Kevin, become kind of the newest tourist attraction in San Francisco. Is when you come here, you see if you can find somebody to give you a ride in one of these self-driving cars. And now everyone is just going to be able to come here and download the app and use it immediately. I have to say, I am scared about what this is going to mean for the wait times on Waymo. I've been taking Waymo more lately, and it often will take 12 or 15 or 20 minutes to get a car. And now that everyone can download the app, I'm not expecting those wait times to go down.
Yeah, I hope they are also simultaneously adding more cars to the Waymo network, because this is going to be very popular.
You're saying they need Waymo cars?
They do. I'm worried about the wait times, but I'm also worried about the condition of these cars, because I've noticed in my last few rides, they're a little dirtier.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, I mean, they're still pretty clean, but I did see like a takeout container
Really?
in one the other day.
Oh my God!
And I want to know how they plan to keep these things from becoming filled with people's crap.
All right, stop generating.
All right, last one. This one comes from The Verge. TikTok's AI tool accidentally let you put Hitler's words in a paid actor's mouth. TikTok mistakenly posted a link to an internal version of an AI digital avatar tool that apparently had zero guardrails. This was a tool that was supposed to let businesses generate ads using AI, with paid actors using this AI voice dubbing thing that would make the actors repeat your whatever you wanted to have them say, endorse your product or whatever. But very quickly, people found out that you could use this tool to repeat excerpts of Mein Kampf, Bin Laden's letter to America. It told people to drink bleach and vote on the wrong day.
and that was its recipe for a happy Pride celebration. Listen, obviously, this is a very sort of silly story. It sounds like everything involved here was a mistake. And I think if you're making some sort of digital AI tool that is meant to generate ads, you do want to put safeguards around that, because, otherwise people will exploit it. That said, Kevin, I do think people need to start getting comfortable with the fact that people are just going to be using these AI creation tools to do a bunch of kooky and crazy stuff.
Like what?
Like, people are, in the same way that people use Photoshop to make nudity or offensive images, and we don't storm the gates of Adobe saying shut down Photoshop, the same thing is going to happen with these digital AI tools. And while I do think that there are some notable differences, and it is sort of, it varies on a case-by-case basis, and if you're making a tool for creating ads, it feels different, there are just going to be a lot of digital tools like this that use AI to make stuff, and other people are going to use it to make offensive stuff. And when they do, we should hold the people accountable, perhaps more than we hold the tool accountable.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also think, this sort of product is not super worrisome to me. I mean, obviously, it should not be reading excerpts from Mein Kampf. they did not mean to release this. I assume that when they do, fix it, it will be much better. But this is not like a thing that is creating deepfakes of people without their consent. This is a thing where if you have a brand, you can choose from a variety of stock avatars that are created from people who actually get paid to have their likenesses used commercially. The specific details of this one don't bother me that much, but it does open up some new licensing opportunities for us. Like we could have an AI set of avatars that could be out there advertising crypto tokens or whatever. And I for one, am excited to see how people use that.
Oh man, well, and if TikTok weren't banned, we could probably make a lot of money that way. But instead, we're out of luck.
Yeah, get it while it's good. All right.
Close up the hat. That's the end of this clip. If you liked what you saw, head on over to our page and subscribe, and you can get the full podcast. We do a show like this almost every week on tech and the future. Head on over there now and subscribe.